Hello sisters, welcome back to the Center Women 4B channel. This video is called Pickmes for the Patriarchy. I really want to talk about a conversation that blew up in the reality TV social media space. And you might be wondering, well, you're 4B, why do you care about reality TV at all? Well, reality TV is a really good space where we can watch relational dynamics between straight women and straight men play out on national TV that also reflect broader societal level relationship dynamics. Since this is a 4B channel, we're going to talk about how going 4B allows a woman to avoid the common pitfalls and negative consequences of not only being in relationships with males, but caping for their cause by attacking other women. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about Pickmes for Patriarchy. I really think the TV personality Jessie Woo embodies the Pick Me personality because, first of all, she filmed herself DUI driving. Watch this for yourself.
Also, unfortunately, I can't let the music play in these particular clips because I'm at a party. But I did go to an event with Hennessy and this was really, really fly.
So just a quick pause here. This was the vlog she posted titled Vlog Wrapping Up Women's Month, Sheila's Birthday, Mr. Easter plus more, and it was published about a year ago on April 9, 2024. And some of this footage is from March 2024, and the words come right out of her mouth that she allegedly drank too much at this Hennessy event promoting the Hennessy brand and then proceeded to drive drunk.
I drank way too much Hennessy. Way too much Hennessy at this Hennessy event. Like, when I tell you my eyes are blurry, and I didn't, and I shouldn't drive, but I need to get home. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to the McDo now.
Wait a minute, what did she just say?
I drank way too much Hennessy. Way too much Hennessy at this Hennessy event. Like, when I tell you my eyes are blurry, and I didn't, and I shouldn't drive, but I need to get home. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to the McDo now.
All right, I already know what you're thinking. You're saying Center Women 4B. Why would you clip this and post it and talk about it like this? Well, because Jessie Woo is leading a campaign to attack Ashley from Love is Blind just because Ashley made the grave mistake of trusting a male and marrying that male, and it turns out the male was a monster. And this is the thing about handmaidens for the patriarchy who perpetuate patriarchal norms in female spaces. When males do wrong, these pick-me's always blame the women no matter what. Jessie is leading a campaign to bully Ashley. If you don't think I mean bully, just look at the comments on the video that Ashley and AD from Love is Blind did on the What's the Reality podcast. Look at the comments. I have to play this video a little bit backwards and start with the what before I get into the how we got here. So Jessie, who admittedly drives drunk, she's leading this charge to say Ashley's a terrible person because Ashley misspoke and used a poor choice of words when referring to children that her husband she met on Love is Blind, that her soon-to-be ex-husband probably used to her to describe these children that he fathered and abandoned. Jessie is leading the charge with her followers, claiming that Ashley is a terrible person and Ashley is horrible to women and children for calling these children that she didn't have a relationship sperm donor children. And what I understand from the male who fathered these children, he called them sperm donor children. But the reason I had to make this video is because Jessie's followers are literally saying Jessie's a saint and protects Black women and children, when that couldn't be further from the truth. Let's just look at some DUI statistics right now and talk about how dangerous drunk driving is. And I know you're thinking, well, Center Women 4B, Black women can make mistakes too. And I understand that, but it's one thing to make a mistake and another to film the mistake, edit it, publish it onto your platform, and when your followers are literally begging you to remove this, you don't. This is from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.gov website. It's an article on drunk driving. It says every day about 34 people in the United States die in drunk driving crashes. That's one person every 42 minutes. In 2023, 12,429 people died in alcohol-impaired driving traffic deaths. These deaths were all preventable. How alcohol affects driving ability. Alcohol is a substance that reduces the function of the brain, impairing thinking, reasoning, and muscle coordination. All these abilities are essential to operating a vehicle safely. As alcohol levels rise in a person's system, the negative effects on the central nervous system increase. Alcohol is absorbed directly through the walls of the stomach and small intestine. Then it passes into the bloodstream where it accumulates until it is metabolized by the liver. So it goes on to say, because of this risk, it's illegal in all 50 states, the District of Columbia, and Puerto Rico to drive with a blood alcohol concentration of 0.08 or higher, except in Utah, where the blood alcohol concentration limit is 0.05. However, even a small amount of alcohol can affect driving ability. In 2023, there were 2,117 people killed in alcohol-related crashes where a driver had a blood alcohol concentration of 0.01 to 0.07. So this is really serious because it's saying that even if your blood alcohol concentration is below the legal limit to drive, people who are under the influence still have the ability to cause more than 2,000 vehicular deaths on the roadway because they drank and drove. So with a BAC of 0.02, the typical effects include some loss of judgment, relaxation, slight body warmth, altered mood, decline in visual functions, decline in ability to perform two tasks at the same time. So that means divided attention. Then at 0.05, you have exaggerated behavior, may have loss of small muscle control, impaired judgment, usually good feeling, lowered alertness, release of inhibition. And the effects on driving include reduced coordination, reduced ability to track moving objects, difficulty steering, reduced response to emergency driving situations. And it continues from there. So with that said, I think Jessie and her followers are doing the most about Ashley. It's not illegal to choose the wrong male. It's horrible for one's mental health. It can feel embarrassing. It can feel shameful, but it is not illegal, and it doesn't contribute to thousands of deaths a year like drunk driving does. In short, Jessie has no business throwing stones from a glass house. And also, as far as her pick-me behavior goes, look at this other podcast she did where she talks about women's value being on whether or not they get picked.
Dragged as we speak.
Oh my God!
As we speak, they're in my comments right now.
What?
Because so we recently had Slim Thug on our podcast. Okay. And if you know Slim, he says a lot of off the wall things. But we were going back and forth, and I was saying that he gets the women that he wants, but they're not necessarily women of value. And I said, because he was like, because they be throwing it at me in my DMs. I said, because if a woman doesn't make you work for her, then to me, that's not somebody who's worth it. Right. In my opinion. Right. And then I was like, because I'm in the top 1%. And I said that because the money I make financially, I don't have kids. God-fearing woman. I'm young. You know, like I was
booty sitting up,
everything.
Titties sitting right. I see the titties.
Yeah, and they look good.
They look damn good.
Okay. I take care of myself. I be in the gym. So when I said that, I was speaking statistically.
Right.
And I was also because I know my value as a woman. And I mean, they were in the comment.
Okay, so these women are essentially saying that if a woman essentially engages in casual sex with a male, then she has no value. Granted, Jessie has talked about how she was engaging in casual sex before she met Easter. So let's just roll that too.
Let's just be for real. I'm Christian and I've been fucking. I've been having sex.
So what they're claiming is that if you're in the 1% of high feminine performing pygmies, then if you have premarital sex, you're still worthy. But if the other women do, they're not worthy. And it's just silly. And in patriarchy, males don't make those distinctions about women like these pygmies think they do. In essence, a pygmy is a woman who wants to be picked by the patriarchy. She wants to perform femininity so that a male will pick her and elevate her social status. Or so she thinks. So women trade their class alliance with other women to partner with males in patriarchy in the hopes that by being close to males, they can avoid being treated like all the other women, which is being treated with subjugation, being objectified, being devalued, or being undermined, or being downright killed. You often hear pygmies perpetuate the lie that males protect women. They believe that males protect women despite women carrying the womb, which literally grows and protects human life, and women having the biology to raise humans. And these women are dangerous. They look like us 4B women. They might talk like us, use our language, and they have insider knowledge. But instead of being class conscious and staying on code between the class struggle between women and males, these pygmies, these Trojan horses for the patriarchy, actually infiltrate women dominant spaces and perpetuate patriarchal stigmas against women, especially stigma against single child-free women. All right, now if you made it to the end, I'll give you one small concession. I think all women who choose to engage in relationships with males will suffer the same old consequences that we see time and time again when it comes to women dealing romantically or sexually with males in patriarchy. Women will experience STIs, experience unwanted sexual advances, assault. Women will experience unwanted pregnancies and shame if they want to terminate their pregnancies. Just all kinds of chaos when women choose to date males. And that is true for Ashley, for AD, for all women. I really don't think it's a good idea for women to center males in their career or in their lifestyle. And I really worry about content or shows that are promoting this idea that women are somehow defective if they're single and child-free. That's it for now on this video about Trojan horse women, the pygmies for the patriarchy. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe to the channel. I will be releasing part 2 of the No Children 4B Movement deep dive this week. See you later. Take care.